You may be seated. Every turning of the page is a start of an even better chapter. Good afternoon. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you all to Valley City High School's Class of 2023 commencement ceremony. To my fellow classmates, let me be the first of many people today to wish you congratulations. Congratulations on passing those difficult classes, on finishing the never-ending research papers, and for successfully completing all of your homework. Today marks the first day of the rest of your life. The past is gone, and your future begins now. Teachers, administrators, coaches, friends, family, and loved ones in the audience, thank you for being in attendance today, for supporting this year's graduating students. Thank you for being there for each and every one of us as we grew up, and for encouraging us to go after our goals and pursue our passions. Each one of you present in the audience has helped to shape at least one of the students sitting here in these chairs, help shape us into the wonderful young men and women we are at this very moment. Graduates, as we reflect on the past chapter of our lives, whether that's with joy, sadness, or nostalgia, let us all remember that while we have so many experiences to be thankful for, we also have so many great opportunities to look forward to. In the next couple months, some of us will go to college to pursue a degree we are passionate about. Some of us will go into the military and basic training, some of us will go to a trade school, and some of us will start working right away. Keep in mind that no path to success and happiness looks the same, and remember to have people in your life that will support you in all of your future endeavors. Some of us have been members of the Highliner class of 2023 since kindergarten. Some friends joined our class at Washington Elementary, and some joined us in the past few years for junior high and high school. Regardless of when the graduate sitting in front of me officially became a Highliner, I can confidently say that we are all glad you are a member of this year's graduating class. I personally will look back on the past years of my life with great fondness. I made some of my best friends and had unforgettable experiences as a Highliner. After we leave this building today, one that also holds many fond memories for quite a few of us, we will no longer wear Highliners on our chests when representing our school. That being said, I think I can speak for the majority of my classmates when I say that I will forever be a Highliner at heart. As I extend one last thank you to the parents, teachers, coaches, and even my fellow classmates, I would like to acknowledge that my high school experience was a great one because of these people. Thank you to the parents who stayed up late helping their kids with school projects. I know my own parents absolutely loved helping me with my last-minute science and art projects. Thank you to the teachers who encouraged us to try new things, to embrace failure. Thank you to the coaches who showed those of us they coached how to be resilient and how to work hard. Thank you to the classmates who would say hi and greet us by name in the hallways. Even that simple gesture would brighten anyone's day. Thank you again to everyone in this room for supporting us. Turning the page and starting a new chapter in our lives can be scary. Just know that with each unknown comes the possibility that something amazing will happen. Class of 2023, today is the first day of the rest of your lives. I wish you all the best as you begin living your future.
When I was 7, all I wanted to be was 10, double digits. When I was 10, all I wanted to be was 13, a teenager. When I was 13, all I wanted to be was 15, driver's license. And when I was 15, all I wanted to be was 17, graduated. Now here I am, 17 years old, standing in front of all of you, graduating, when in reality, all I want to be is 7 years old again, wishing I were 10. We spend most of our lives waiting for what is to come. I've always thought of life like a chapter book. We read and read to get to the next chapter. We want to skip pages without missing any important plot points. We want to read until we finish the book. We want to know what happens. And then we get sad when there is no more book left to read. Today I want to walk us through the chapters we have spent together. Our story technically starts in the 7th grade, but I know a lot of us go a lot farther back than that. It all truly started back in 2010, in kindergarten. We spent our free time trading silly bands on the bus and playing Club Penguin on our parents' computers after school. Our dreams of becoming an astronaut or a ballerina felt so far, yet so achievable. We truly believed we would conquer the world. That was only our introductory. Then came chapter 1, 1st grade, the start of it all. Morning cartoons of SpongeBob and Max and Ruby mixed with afternoons spent outside until our parents called us in for dinner. Our days were made when the intercom announced that pizza was for school lunch, and scheduling play dates was our top priority. Chapter 2 consists of many similarities. Lots of laughs, lessons, and memories come from these early chapters. They built us. Some of our very own star football players spent their 2nd grade recess learning all their love for the game. We flipped through these pages and absorbed all we could. We grew, we learned, we achieved. Chapter 3 feels a little too familiar now. For those of us who spent our first few chapters at Jefferson Elementary, we know how great it feels to finally be a 3rd grader, a top dog. We were the biggest fish in a small pond and felt confident in our place at the school. We had established our ground there. It was all we knew. Then came chapter 4, when we traveled across town to a not-so-familiar land, Washington Elementary. This chapter brought us right back to being a little fish in a big pond. Suddenly, we were at the bottom of the totem pole, itching to be back on top. We spent this year trying to feel comfortable in this new place, with new people. All we wanted was to fit in. Chapter 5 has a special place in my book. This was when social media took our grade by storm, and the biggest concern was the new dog filter on Snapchat. This year taught us that not all friends last forever, but the lessons they give us do. We got bigger, but so did our emotions. We were people now. We wanted to be heard. Through the Prairie Waters trips and class war battles, we found comfort within each other, and we started to grow up. I don't know if anyone can forget chapter 6, the start of the awkward phase. Cringy Musical.lys spread across the school like wildfire, and everyone had a fidget spinner in their back pocket. Killer clowns filled the streets of the United States, yet everyone's biggest concern was whose mannequin challenge got the most likes on Instagram. This chapter truly shaped who I am as a person, and I know most of you would agree. Next up is debatably the scariest chapter of them all, chapter 7. This year, we met up with our friends from St. Kate's and continued this journey with them. Although we came from different beginnings, I believe we were all equally as terrified. Stepping into the first day of 7th grade felt like stepping into a foreign country. Senior football players towered over us in the halls, while we got lost 6 different times just trying to make it to Mrs. Manlove's science class. We were the smallest fish in the most enormous pond we had ever seen. Through this year, we learned a lot. School became more challenging, and friendship fallouts became more common, but we banded together as a class and made it through. We formed a community. Chapter 8 felt like the biggest sigh of relief. We were no longer the babies of the school. We had someone to laugh at. We watched and giggled as the new and fresh 7th graders bounced around the halls, looking for where they are supposed to be. We started to find our people and make friendships that still last today. We hung out in groups after football games and studied for the mineral test together. We began to figure out what mattered. Then came the famous chapter 9. The year started strong. We got to experience new things that came along with high school, like homecoming dances and float building. We were on top of the world, up until March of 2020. COVID came and swept our freshman year out from under our feet. We spent the last months of this year saying goodbye to our spring sports and hello to online learning. Somehow, we managed to push through this time and grow from it. It taught us how to appreciate one another. Chapter 10 was challenging. We went the whole year without seeing each other's smiling faces due to the spread of COVID. Restrictions were high-strung, and the infamous bird test looming over our heads was no help. We had lost a lot over those 6 months of not seeing each other. We lost precious time we could not get back. Although this year was one of the hardest we had ever faced, we did not let it break us. We let it teach us. This next chapter felt like trying to scratch an itch you want to reach so badly but just can't. Chapter 11 was hard for many, as it was one of those years we wished away. We didn't care to learn about proton jumping. We were almost done in almost a senior year. We were nearly the big fish once more. We got to experience our first prom, yet many of us just wished it was our senior one. We craved those special moments. Wow. And here we are, the final chapter, chapter 12, the chapter of lasts, the chapter of endings, the chapter of goodbyes. We started off so excited. We were finally the big fish we had dreamed of being since the 7th grade. We finally made it. This year was full of soaking in the final moments and appreciating the things we will miss most. We had our last first day of school, and then we closed our lockers for the last time. It all went by so fast. It feels like we blinked and the whole year went by. We cried bittersweet tears together as we experienced this final ride together. We took our last step on the field, took a last shot, finished our last race. I cannot begin to explain how much I will miss this place I have found comfort in. VCHS has provided me with a place I have learned, a place I have laughed, and a place that will forever have a piece of my heart. And for that, I am incredibly thankful. I want to commemorate this last chapter with videos I've been compiling throughout the year.
I wish somebody would have told me, babe, someday these will be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of these good old days.
I was thinking about the band, I was thinking about the fans. We were underground, loading merch in that 12-passenger van in a small club in Minnesota, and the snow outside of First Ave. I just wanted my name in the star. Now look at where we at, still growing up, still growing up. I would lay in my bed and dream about what I'd become. Couldn't wait to get older, couldn't wait to be some. Now that I'm here, wishing I was still young. Those good old days.
I wish somebody would have told me, babe, that someday these would be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. 'Cause someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of the good old days.
Wish I didn't think I had the answers. Wish I didn't drink all of that glass first. Wish I made it to homecoming, got up the courage to ask her. Wish I would've gotten out of my show. Wish I put the bottle back on that shelf. Wish I wouldn't have worried about what other people thought and felt comfortable with myself. Rooftop open, and the stars above. Moment frozen, sneaking out and falling in love. Me, you, and that futon, we just begun. On the grass dreaming, figuring out who I was. Those good old days.
I wish somebody would have told me, babe, that someday these would be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. 'Cause someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of the good old days.
Never thought we'd get old. Maybe we're still young. Maybe you always look back and think it was better than it was. Maybe these are the moments. Maybe I've been missing what it's about. Been scared of the future, thinking about the past while missing out on now. We've come so far. I guess I'm proud, and I ain't worried about the wrinkles around my smile. I got some scars, I've been around. I felt some pain, I've seen some things, but I'm here now. Those good old days.
You don't know what you got till it goes, till it's gone. You don't know what you got till it goes, till it's gone. I wish somebody would have told me, babe, someday these will be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of these good old days.
As we end this chapter of our lives and begin our new journey, let's remember the lessons we've learned here. Let's remember the friends we've made, the experiences we've had, and the knowledge that we've gained. Let's use what we've learned to make a difference in the world. Let's be kind, compassionate, and empathetic. As we go our separate ways, let's ensure we stay connected. We've built a community here, and we can carry that with us wherever we go. Even though we are all ready to move on to this next chapter of our lives, let's remember who made this one so memorable. Finally, I want to say, congratulations, class of 2023. We made it, and I am so proud of us. Let's represent this place well and make the world a better place. Thank you.
Inside my head saying you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost with no direction. My faith is shaken, but I gotta keep trying. Gotta keep my head held high. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's a climb. Struggles I'm facing, I'm taking.
Sometimes might knock me down, but no, I'm not breaking. I may not know,
but these are the moments.
I'm gonna remember most of. Just gotta keep going and
Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb.
It's always gonna be another mountain.
I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb.
On behalf of the administration and the school board of the Valley City Public Schools, I'd like to also welcome you here this afternoon. There is so much time and preparation that goes into an event like this that I do want to acknowledge some people that have made this all happen. Thank you to our lead advisor, Mrs. Shenenko, and all of the volunteer staff advisors that are here today to help organize. Aaron Heck and all our building custodians, the office support staff, our technology team, and along with those thank yous, I think it's equally important to thank each and every one of the teachers, paraeducators, classroom support staff, school board members, and administration of the Valley City Public School System who has been a part of this journey of the class of 2023. I too would like to thank you as parents, guardians, family, and friends who have traveled this journey with these graduates. Thank you for your work, your continual support, and your encouragement. Class of 2023, you did it. It's hard to believe that we've spent 6 years together in this building. You've left your mark here, and now you are on to leave your mark in an even bigger way in the world. This is my last opportunity to address you as my seniors. And if you remember back to August when I met with you in the theater, the first day of your senior year, I asked you to keep in mind that you set the tone for this building, and I encouraged you to make it a positive one. I also asked you to remember that you are role models. All of the other students will look up to you and follow. I can give example after example in how, in your own unique ways, each of you provided amazing leadership to those who walk these halls here with you. For one specific example, I think about 3 years ago, who would have ever thought that Tyson would be the one to speak the daily morning pledge and the announcements for the whole building over the intercom? I'm really going to miss that good morning that he established. Yet, just on Friday, when the seniors were no longer in this building, a freshman stepped up and followed Tyson's lead. From the office, I heard an energetic good morning from a young voice who picked up where he had left off. From participation in dress-up days to mentoring and reading to elementary students, from supporting and helping others during challenging times to giving props to others for their successes, from assisting with basketball skills for elementary students to volunteering your art talents at the Care Center, from organizing fun events of homecoming to promoting your involvement in the FFA. I want you to know that I have seen you, I have witnessed you, and I have so much respect for the positive impact that you have had on our school community. I owe you a thank you for your leadership. Many of you know that as I see students in the hallway, it's not uncommon for me to give you a high five. Sometimes, depending on your mood, you might leave me hanging, but many times we've connected. So in my final words to you, I want to reference how a high five in the future with your hand can remind you of some very valuable advice to live by when you might need just a little nugget of encouragement. Take a look at your hand. Your hands are incredible. They're tools, not only for carrying out tasks, but for giving directions, communicating, helping you pursue your passions, but also for expressing yourself. Let's dive into the significance of how each finger on your hand connects to the 5 core questions of who, what, when, where, and why. First, I'd like you to take a look at your thumb. The thumb, we relate to the thumb with the first question of who. The thumb is often regarded as the most unique and versatile of the hand. It represents individuality, who you are. Just as our thumbs are unique from all our other fingers, you as individuals have your own distinct uniqueness, identities, skills, and talents. Believe in yourself. Be you. Next is the question of what? The index finger. The index finger represents the act of pointing the way, indicating, identifying. This finger represents the what we seek, the direction that we want to go. What lies ahead may be a mystery. Be brave and explore what you are passionate about. The next finger is the question of when. Now, some of you I see are a little bit smiling right now, and I thought at length, how do I do this appropriately as to not offend anyone here today? But you know that the middle finger, which is the center of the hand, serves as a reminder of our individual internal strength. Instead of thinking of the negative associated with this finger, let it remind you when to draw on your internal strength. When life pushes against you and you are faced with challenges, dig in and push back even harder and be resilient. The next question of where, the ring finger. This finger signifies the significant relationships that we have with each other. It reminds us of the importance of finding where we are in this world and finding it and forging meaningful connections and creating a sense of belonging with those we're surrounded with. And the last one, your pinky, probably the smallest yet underestimated digit of all fingers. It embodies curiosity and questioning and reminds us to ask why and to seek a deeper understanding. This little finger signifies the quest for knowledge and to find answers. Don't be afraid to ever ask why. So as you can see, the 5 digits on your hand symbolize the profound questions that drive human existence. Who? Always remember who you are. What? What are your passions? Be brave and explore them. When? Know when you need to draw on your own inner strength. Where? Go out and find where you fit in this world and make your mark. Why? Don't ever be afraid to ask the question of why. Each digit carries its own significance, but together it allows you to do amazing things. Graduates, I just want you for a second to look at your neighbor on the left, look them in the eyes and say, "You got this," and give them a high five. Now look at your neighbor on your right and say, "I'm going to miss your face. Good luck," and give them a high five. It will be so fun to follow you, class of 2023, and the positive impact that you will have on the communities where you live and maybe even the world. The possibilities and the opportunities are out there, and they are yours to take. Good luck, be safe, but always remember where you came from. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor to announce to those assembled here today that the following students of the class of 2023 have met all of the requirements for high school graduation as set forth by the North Dakota Department of Public Instruction and the Valley City Board of Public Education. I would like to ask all spectators to please hold long applauses until the end and all graduates have crossed the stage. The following students are now eligible to receive their diplomas. Will the first row please rise? Isaac Lars Abrahamson. Cassidy Ray Anderson. Taylor Mackenzie Ask. Caden Gunner Azur. Ethan Carl Bear. Hayden Ray Becker. Devin Dale Beeson Burchell. Michael Nelson Butler. Zoe Michelle Bierke. Jasmine Joanne Booz. Hayden Mike Boats. Ari John Bratrude. Mitchell David Broadwell. Callahan Joseph Burchell. Traylon Christopher Cope. Callan Jan Corbin. Preston Tyler Doctor. Evan William Duffy. Brooke Leanne Egermont. William Timothy Eggert. Emma Jean Fiedler. Robert Stephen Fisher. Wyatt Benjamin Freestead. Gavin Andrew Gerhart. Jason Andre Anastasia Goulet. Carly Jo Govan. Coy Nicholas Griebel. Kendra Joanne Green. Hallie Jo Halverson. Samantha Jade Hatcher. Jackson Reed Haugen. Tara Nicole Hotvet. Cassidy May Heyer. Cody Lane Emerson Helland. Gabriel Python Herzog. Theodore David Hochhalter. Stephanie Renee Hoffarth. Tyson Scott Hovland. Olivia Maureen Ingstead. Sydney Grace Ingstead. Aiden Charles Jacobson. Colby Iva Jett. Jersey Marie Johnson. Connor James Johnson. Miles George Johnson. Tucker Lane Johnson. Emily Michaela Jones. Tiana Faye Judd. Tyler Patrick Keys. Faith Lynn King. Josie Diane Klein. Haley June Cohn. Reese Michael Krewald. Kai Andrew Kringley. Casey Jack Kruger. Benjamin Isidore Kruda. Drayden Kyle Keene. Espen Joseph Kunze. Ethan Wade Langamo. Caden Neal Lear. Nicholas Chance Lemire. Gabriel Kingston Lestat Little Dog. Goliath Kingsley Wise Little Dog. Maxwell Garrett Magnuson. Madison Ann Maley. Lundeen Rimarsha Marcellus. Hadley Ryan Matthias. Amelia Louise Meester. Max Daniel Mayhus. Grace Ann Meyer. Ethan Stephen Middlestead. Broden Douglas Muskie. Daryl Jacob Nelson. Jada Patricia Nelson. Kaylee May Wynn. Derek James Nicholson. Braden Michael Olausen. Emma Jean Olson. Karina Marie Olson. Emily Olson Gronenberg. Sierra Marie Pabst. Faith Danielle Peterson. Peyton Cole Puckett. Alexander David Rogelstead. Curtis Edward Rusher. Abigail Elaine Sather. Isaiah John Schaefer. Isaiah James Schuldheis. Kelsey Lynn Schultz. Caleb Callahan Smith. Bailey Talon Stockert. Harley Ann Storhoff. Gavin Lee Swenson. Abby Ryan Thornton. Grace Alice Undum. Chelsea Rain Urbano. Kira Nakia Vaughn. Amaya Joe Webb. Michaela Marie Webb. Alexis Diane Wabama. Keelia Yukara Young. Aiden Philip Zahn. Justin Tyler Zahn Thorold. Would all graduates please rise? Graduates, at this time, you may now place your tassel on the left side of your cap, indicating the completion of your high school requirements. Please turn and face your audience. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the 127th graduating class of Valley City High School, class of 2023. Graduates, you may be seated.
My mom, like many of you audience members, was so looking forward to an Elwood-style farewell of, "We did it." However, I believe that today isn't just about celebrating the end of our high school days. Instead, we should all be celebrating these new beginnings of ours. Although it is without a doubt going to inflate his ego, I would like to now quote Mr. Matthew Nielsen. "The days go by slow, but it's the weeks, the months, and the years that fly right past you. Oftentimes, we spend our days wishing that they would end already, that something new and exciting will happen tomorrow as soon as this day is over. But it takes time to pursue new opportunities and to grow as a person. And the idea of growing into somebody new can be scary. The future carries a lot of promises, but it also carries a certain weight along with it. Looking too far ahead or trying to prove our success to others only drops that weight directly onto our shoulders and can leave us feeling isolated, overwhelmed, and exhausted. When we make everything in our lives important, we're bound to fall short somewhere. Because usually, we're only ever competing with ourselves. High school is full of trying to prove our worth to those around us. But we have to trust ourselves and know in our hearts that we are enough. Our talents can't be confined to a resume, a quote, or a diploma, nor can these be summarized by this one event in our lives. We still have the rest of our days to learn new things and chase new horizons. Every single goal that you have worked towards and conquered does not culminate in the Highliner Activity Center, I promise you. Each and every one of you has the potential to grow and exceed any expectations placed upon you, even those you've placed upon yourself. I am so grateful to have graduated in a class full of people with the kindest personalities, people who make you laugh without even trying, people with the brightest minds and even brighter smiles. This group of people in front of me makes this the most bittersweet goodbye yet. As you look around at those seated next to you, thank them for getting you this far. Thank the people who made every day in these hallways unforgettable. Thank them for being a friend to you unconditionally. The ones who taught you to believe in yourself and who pushed you to new heights. And when many of us reached new lows in our life, you were there to pick us up, dust us off, and encourage us to keep on going. Now, it's up to each of us to continue striving for greatness and to keep on shining. We are bright, we are brilliant, we are bold. You are all stars. And there are new skies waiting for you when you move on from this place. And so, you can all let go of that breath you've been holding in since freshman year. And make sure your tassels are tightly secured. Because, class of 2023, we did it.
Ladies and gentlemen of the audience, as our seniors reconfigure themselves and get themselves gathered, I would ask that you please remain seated for the recessional. The graduates will be located outside on the sidewalk in front of the HAC lobby for a receiving line.